It seems that I don't hear you, any of you. Can somebody talk to me?
Hello, Bhante.
Bhante.
Hello,
Bhante.
We can hear you.
Are you Pawan?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good evening.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Good
Yeah,
evening.
can hear you.
Is it all good now?
All right. All right, so it's about Ratana Sutta. So we are going to discuss about the third and fourth verses of the Ratana Sutta. Last Thursday, we discussed about what Ratana Sutta is, and then kind of the story of the background story of the Ratana Sutta, and then how it was recited to people in the city of Vesali. And then we also discuss about how the Buddha asked Bhante Ananda to kindly ask all the Bhutas, please listen to this chanting and then protect, bless the citizens of the city of Vesali. Right? That was what we learned that day. One very important thing that we learn is the word called Bhuta, right? And what did we decide at the end? What about how do we understand the word term Bhuta? Tasmahi Bhuta Nisami Tasati. At that point, we discussed there are two specific Bhutas that we understand by the word. Now, the Bhuta is a term that we use for all living beings. But in the context of, I would say, the Ratana Sutta, it's all about the Bhutas in terms of the, what do you call, Devas actually, Devas who are on the ground and then the Devas in the sky. This was what we discussed that day. And then now we are directly going into the contents of the sutta today. Right. I think these stanzas are very, they're not strange to you. They are very familiar with you, but there are things that you need to learn. Let me read as we have the pronunciation practice at the beginning. Yang kinchi vittang idhava hurangva sagge suvayang ratanang panita nano samang atti tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanang panitang eteen satchena suvattiho. One more time. Yang kinchi vittang idha va hurangva sagge suvayang ratanang panita nano samang atti tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanam panitang etena satchena suvattiho. All right, so let's ask from the groups to recite the stanza. We're going to be asking somebody from group 1. I wanted to say that somebody yesterday asked me that she doesn't know the group that she is in. I would say that anybody that who you don't know about your group, I think that is going to be the group 9. Serena, I think you should be with us now. You should be in the group 9 actually. Okay. All right. So somebody from group 1.
Any Bhante? Bhante, any?
You want to raise your hand?
Bhante, may I? My name is Anand from Group 1.
Yeah.
Hello, Bhante.
Group 2.
Group 1. Hello,
Bhante. Bhante.
I think Bhante cannot hear us.
I think Bhante cannot hear. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anybody from Group 2?
maybe
Bhante,
send him a
Can you
message.
hear us? Can you hear us?
Uh,
He asked to raise hand. Raise your hand.
Hello, Bhante.
but he
Oh,
cannot
yeah,
hear.
yeah. That's a problem. Yes. I have to figure out my speaker. Yes, that's true.
Hello, Bhante. Can you listen me?
Right.
Hello. Can
Yeah,
you hear
let
me?
me figure that out.
We can hear you.
Maybe you should just raise your hand. He cannot hear, but he can see raise. Hand raise. Yeah. Yeah, Annie.
He stopped responding.
Hello, Bhante.
All right. Yes, yes. I can hear
You can hear us now, Bhante.
you. Yeah.
They were screaming for you.
Do not scream.
Okay, let Adnan go first.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Adnan, you go first.
Did somebody say you want to read from Group 1 or Group 2?
Annie.
Annie, please.
Okay. Yan kinci vitang idava huranva sage
Hello,
suva yang ratanang panitang nano samang ati tatha gatena
I think I still have the
idampi
problem.
buddhe ratanang panitang etena satchena suvati hotu.
Yeah, I did not hear actually. I just figured out the problem. Can you go again, please?
Oh, okay. Yang kinci vitang idava huranva.
Something wrong here. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna restart my computer. Give me a.
Okay. All right. We'll wait.
I'll be
Okay.
back. Yeah. Group 8.
Bhante, I try.
Yes, Lim Sokun.
Kayang viragang amatang panitang. Yada jaga sakyamuni samahito. Netena damena samati kinci. Idampi dame ratanang panitang. Etena sachena suvati hotu.
Yeah, great.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. Last group, Group 9. Yeah, Jen Chong.
Sorry. Kayang wiradang amatang panitang. Yada jaga sakyamuni samahito. Na tena dammena samati kinci. Idampi damme ratanang panitang. Etena sachena suvati hotu.
Great. Now we open this to the flow. We have Oi. I saw that she was trying to pronounce. Oi from Penang.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, go ahead.
Kayang wiragang amatang panitang. Yada jaga sakyamuni samahito. Na tena damena samati kinci. Idampi damme ratanang panitang. Etena sachena suati hotu.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Sensi Oi.
Thank you, Bhante. Koh yang wiragang amatang panitang. Yadat jahaga Sakyamuni Samahito. Na tena dhammena samati kinchi. Idampi dhamme ratanang panitang. Etena satchena suvati hotu.
Yeah, great. Yana? Yes.
Thank you.
Ayang viragang amatang panitang yada jaga sakyamuni samahito natena dhammena samati kinchi idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena satchena suati hotu.
Could you try again the second line?
Yada jaga yada
There are two J's. You see, two
yada
J's.
yada
How do we pronounce it? That part. It is, if you say Yada Jaga, it's only J, one J. There are two J's. See?
yada jaga
Yada J. Yada J. We call
Yada
it in grammar, we call it reduplication. That
yada
means
yada
double consonants actually. There are two consonants. Yada J Ga Sakya. And then this part?
Dhamme idampi dhamme ratana anita.
I think this is an whole explanation that I did. This Dhamma and this Dhamma. How do you pronounce these two?
Dhamme.
Huh?
Oh,
How do you
Dhamma.
pronounce these two?
Oh, Dhamma.
That Dhamma is here actually that we see here, not this one. So idampi.
Dhamma. Dhamma.
Now bring the second one to the fourth line here. Idampi.
Idampi. Dhamme.
Adhamme.
Dhamme.
It's not idampi dhamme. Dhamma means another meaning. Dhamma means Purisa Dhamma Saratiya. Itipiso Bhagavarahan Samma Sambuddho Vidyacharana Sampanno Sukatolo Kuritu. Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma. This Dhamma is, what do we mean by that? Taming people. This is a quality. Taming. But this Dhamma is something else. We call it mainly teaching. So when you pronounce, because there is a H in the second instance, we have to say Dham, not Dhamma. Dhamma means tame. Dhamma means teaching. So Natena Dhammena Samadhi Kinchi Idampi Dhamme, not Idampi Dhamme, Idampi Dhamme Ratana Pani.
Idampi Dhamme.
Would you try again? Natena.
Natena Dhammena.
Great.
Idampi Dhamme Ratanang
Panita.
Etena Swati Hotu.
Oh, great. So you can work out this part actually. How to differentiate D-A-M-M-A and D-H-A-M-M. It's interesting. Yeah. I remember a schoolboy was trying to say D-Amma and D-H-Amma. I said, no, that's not going to work for you. It's not D-Amma and D. It's D-A-M-M-A. D-H-A-M-M-A. Two different contexts. All right, Pochu one.
Thank you, Bhante. Ayang viragang amatang panitang yadagaga sakyamuni samahito netena dhammena samati kinchi idampi dhammena ratanang panitang etena satchena suwati hotu.
Okay, can you read this line? Idampi.
Idampi dhammena ratanang panitang.
Dhammena? There's no Dhammena.
Dhammena, Dhammena,
No, Dhammena
Dhammena.
is in the previous line. In the fourth line,
Dhammena.
there's no Dhammena. It's Dhamme.
Oh,
Idam
sorry.
Dhamme. Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading from my book because the screen too small.
Yeah.
Okay. Idampi Dhamme Ratanang Panitang.
Okay.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
You have to know
Sorry.
which text we are reading.
I
problem.
written wrongly in my book.
That's okay.
Thank
Okay.
you, Bhante.
Yes, no problem. Can on?
Yes, thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Kayang viragang amatang panitang. Yadaja ga sakya muni samahito. Netena dhammena samati kinchi. Idampi dhamme ratanang panitang. Etena sachena suvati hotu.
Yeah, great. Jenny, are you still trying to read?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to lower down the hand.
Yeah. Okay. I will just let you go. And I see TJ Lee. Are you trying to read?
Okay.
Yes, please go ahead. Kayang. Are you trying to read? Looks like no. All right. Anybody else who wants to read the second stanza here? That means fourth one.
Bhante, I just want to help me check this word. Is this correct? Yada jaga. Is it correct? Yada jaga. Yes, any.
Yeah. Yada jaga.
Yada jaga. All right. Thank you,
Yada
Bhante.
jaga.
Yada jaga. Yada
Yeah.
jaga.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
Thank you, Bhante.
TJ Lee.
Okay.
Yes, TJ Lee, go ahead. You say you okay and then you are muting. Are you okay? All right, so we're gonna ask Fu Sok Wu. Please go ahead.
Okay, Bhante.
Yes.
Kayang viragang amatang panitang. Yadajaga sakyamuni samahito. Na tena
Not nothing.
dhammena
Not nothing. Nothing.
na tena dhammena samati kinchi. Itampi dhamme rathanang panitang. Etena sachena suvati hotu.
Okay, great. Anybody else?
Bhante, Corina, I just want to repeat that one. Natina, is it Natina?
No, nothing.
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 No.
Nothing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Nothing. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Bhante, I try, Bhante.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, yes.
Kayang viragang amatang panitang. Yada jaga sakya muni samahito. Natena dhammena samati kinchi. Idampi dhamme ratanam panitam. Etena sachena suvati hotu.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? All right. Looks like no one else is going to actually read. All right. So now let's go to the contextual meaning of the stanzas. Do like this. All right. Yang kinchi vittang idheva urangva sagge suvayang ratanang panita. Nano samang adhi tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanang panita. Etena sachena swati. All right, what does it talk about? with this stanza. It talks about the Buddha in terms of other articles, other things. Yang Kenchi Vittang. Let's find out this particular Pali word. What does this mean, Dhamma folks? Vittang. Vitta means, I would say, a precious something, wealth, or a precious thing. Idava Hurangva. So, Yang Kenchi means there is no Vittang, precious, I would say, an article or a wealth. Then these refer to specific places. Idha, Hurang, Saggesu, 3 places. What are these places called? Idha means human realm. Saggesu, heavens. Then Hurang, I would say Deva world, Deva realms, better term. Then Hurang means any other realms. I would say mostly Asura and etc. All right. So there is no precious wealth, maybe wealth in these places, human realm, any other realms other than human realm and Deva realm or Deva realm, that is similar to the Buddha. Tathagate. Samam means equal. Where do we find this word again, Dhamma folks? Have you ever found out this word, come across this term in any other your readings? Samang. Where have you found out this word? Samang. Nattiraga Samoangi. There is no fire like the lust. Samo means equal. Now, the couple, Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita, who approached the Buddha and asked the Buddha, Bhante, we have been spending 60 years of marriage. Okay. And then we want to be reborn together as a couple. Interesting. Huh? Would you do that? We would like to be reborn together. Is it going to work out? The Buddha said yes. See, he never said about impermanence, dukkha, and anatta. So he was talking to people according to the moment, time, situation. But if it comes from a monk, yes, he would have definitely said, no, anicca. But from the layperson, he said, yeah, it's possible. On condition, on 4 conditions actually. Sama saddha, sama sila, sama chaga, sama pan. Sama. If both of you have same trust, same level of trust, if both of you have the same level of morality, if both of you have same level of generosity, if both of you have same level of wisdom, then it is possible. Same level, sama. Sama means equal, similar. Interesting statement. So sama means equal. No samang atti tata. So none of these wealth. Now, if you look at wealth, what are the wealths in these places, Dhamma folks? Are there any wealth in the human world, heavens, other places, precious things? What are those things that you think? What are the things that you identify as the precious things in the human world, Deva world, other worlds? Gems? Gems are very precious stones. Huh? Yeah, precious stones. What are the other things? natural other things. There are precious other natural things, right? Very precious, maybe very expensive things. But compared to the Buddha, none of these precious things are going to be equal to the Buddha. Why is it? How do we understand the mission, the service that the Buddha is going to do to the universe cannot be equal to these normal material things, right? Because it is the highest, greatest, precious, most precious thing that uh, this universe gets. You know, there are times, 100, maybe billion, trillion years where nobody even hears the word called Buddha. They don't hear for billions, trillion years. How lucky are we? How many times we hear the word called Buddha? The Buddha, the term called Buddha, this term. We are so blessed to hear that word. Not even we are blessed to hear, but also we are very much blessed because we use that word in our daily life. We are respecting the Buddha. We are starting by maybe meditating on the Buddha. We are offering things to the Buddha. So that gratitude, that gratefulness, that reflection is the highest blessing that we already received. We've been receiving all the time. So in this context, there may be a lot of precious things in the human world, Deva world, or other worlds, but none of those things are compared to the Buddha. Idampi Buddhi Ratanam Pan. This sublime, precious thing in the Buddha. By this truth, may you be well. Now all these are truths. That means, etena satchena. Etena means by this. Satchena means truth. Suvatti hotu. May you be well. How do we know that this is singular, Tamapuks? Now in English we say, may you be well. Suvatti hotu. Then why can't we use Suvatti hontu? If the section here was given as Suatti Hontu, then we have to say, may you be well, but we have to understand that is the plural, right? That is the plural. Idampi Buddhe Ratanam Panitam Etena Satchen Suatti Hontu. So when someone says to you Suatti Hontu, Suki Hontu, that means it is not for one person, it is for many in a group of people. When they say Suki Hontu, that's for you. Singular. May you be well. Suki Hontu means many. Right? Any question, our folks here? Any word, any idea, anything?
Yeah, Bhante, Jenny here.
Yes, Jenny.
Just want to ask, yam kimchi, if you find in the dictionary, is something like whatever. So
Yeah.
in this context, why is it translated as nothing?
Well, it is a literal translation. It was translated literally. You see, whatever. Yeah, you could say whatever the wealth here or beyond. Right? So this is a contextual translation. Both are correct.
Oh,
Both
so
are correct.
yam kimchi can be translated as there is nothing or there's no, is it?
When we translate in the literal sense like that, maybe the meaning can be a little confused to understand. Whatever there be here or beyond. But you could say there is no wealth here or beyond. This is a little bit poetic, or I would say in a way how we can easily understand. But both are correct. Same idea.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
So,
another.
So when you say there is no wealth, that means whatever the wealth in those places. We have to understand.
I see. Okay.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
No, there is no wealth mean whatever the wealth that exists in those places. So there is no wealth here or beyond. So this translation has to be taken as kind of a contextual. So yeah.
Okay. Then, sorry, another one, the Hotu, because if we study the grammar, Hotu is actually third person singular.
Mhm.
So, but we can still use as you because you is second person singular. So
Yeah.
when we translate, is it necessary that we must say may he or may she be well instead of may you, since it is Hotu?
Yeah, if you want to refer to one person, it is Hotu. It is
But
Hotu.
does it matter is third person or second person?
No, I mean, we don't go to that much grammatical sense when we do the blessing, when we do this prayer to somebody. We only say, be that first person, second person, third person. We normally say Hotu for one person, Hontu for many people.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
not so much into the second or the third person. It's just whether singular or plural.
Yeah, we look at it from the singular and plural version only. We don't go to first, second, third person in that context.
Okay.
So, if you want to understand in simple way, suatti hotu, suatti hontu. But here, when you translate it, you normally say understand its singularity and plurality.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. All right. Any question? I don't think so. Let's go to the second one. This area and this stanza has some sections to understand in bit details. All right. Now, Kayam viragam amatam panita yadajjaga sakyamuni samahito. Now, what does it talk about? What do these two lines talk about? It talks about the Buddha's concentration he achieved. See here. Yati ajjaga. Right? Call it this way. Yati jaga. So it became yadajjaga as a combination. Sakyamuni Samah. So whatever the concentration that the Shakyamuni Buddha attained, that concentration is what we call as Khayang, ending, Viragang, dispassionate, Amatang, undying, Panitang, sublime. Now the words like Amatang we have to understand very carefully because we believe that the conventional death is upon everybody. Just undying means we take it from a contextual aspect. That means when you attain Nibbana, you are not going to die again. But we don't believe there's a soul, there is a self exists at that point. So, what is the concentration that the Buddha attains? I want to ask you, what is this concentration? What is the concentration that the Buddha attains? This concentration arises from the asavakya jnana. At the moment, he eradicates all the defilements completely. When he eradicates all the defilements, I would say kilesas or asavas, then he is getting into the samadhi that is not expiring anymore. Because that samadhi has been compared to other samadhis. Now we will see in the second, third line over here. Na tena dhammena samatti kinchaya. There is nothing equal to that dham. What does it mean? What is na tena dhammena samatti kinchi? Kinchi. Other samadhi. Other samadhis. What are they? Now, it's like this. What are the other samadhis, Dhammapuks? Anybody knows what are the other samadhis? other samadhis. What are they? Now, the Buddha samadhi, we call it the samadhi which he gains through the eradication of all asavas. That samadhi does not expire. But what about the other samadhis? What are they? What is samadhi then, folks? Concentration. When you meditate, your mind will become concentrated at a certain point, right? When you do a meditation, even at your home, anapanasati or whatever the meditation, your mind will become concentrated. Does that mean that samadhi will last for long, many days, probably many weeks, months, years? No. Why?
No, no.
The object of that samadhi, which true you attain that samadhi, is not a noble object, because we normally focus on what you call normal object like breath, maybe vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata, normal jhana factors. Then what happens after certain time, as you manage your kilesas, asavas, your samadhi will expire. Likeness of getting expired. Then what happens? You become the normal person back again. Like what happens to people who go to forest and kutis and come back home, and they become again, they come back to the normal life. Right? It is something like that. Still, it is good to go and do it whenever you feel good. So, what is that samadhi? Yeah, Rupavachara samadhi and Arupavachara samadhi. Yeah, these are the samadhis that expire. I would say Rupavachara, Arupavachara samadhis. They can be expired, right? Because the purpose of those samadhis is not to attain Nibbana. What is the purpose of those samadhis? Just to get into the bliss, mental happiness. There's no mention about the complete destruction or elimination of the kilesas. Then what happens? You have a high chance of going back to the normal life. Right? Remember that those monks who practiced Samatha Bhavana, who they were going in the sky in some text, and they were listening to some songs sung by some of the farmers, and they were slowly going down to the harvesting area, because their mind cannot be further developed in that particular samadhi. So the Buddha says the samadhi that he attained is not equal to these samatha meditation samadhi or whatever those samadhis. Not equal. Because those are Hindu samadhi actually, although you start from the samatha. Asavas, yes. Asava means, I would say, kilesa, defilements, the negative state of mind. So Buddha completely eradicated those ones. They are not coming again. All right. So when you completely eradicate those negative mental states, what will happen is you are entering into a permanent, unending, unexpiring samadhi. That samadhi is the samadhi that we should do. How do we attain there? At least to become an arahant. That means you can start from the samatha, but do not end up in samatha bhava. All right. Now this is the part. Now you start from samatha, then when you are progressive in your samatha meditation, change to vipassana level, which is called by focusing on the nature of the change, then unsatisfactoriness, and then what you call we can't take anything as self, right? So thereby we are gaining the what you call samadhi that is unending, right? So that samadhi is everlasting at that point. It's not a samadhi that we achieve through Rupavachara, Arupavachara. Any questions about it before we go to the last section? How many samadhis are there? There are 8 samadhi. Yeah? First jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, they are Rupavachara jhanas. Then fifth jhana, sixth jhana, seventh jhana, eighth jhana, they are called Arupavachara samadhis. So these samadhis cannot be equal to the Buddha's samadhi. All right, that is what it says. So next time when you chant this part, Kayang Viragam, why they cannot be compared to these samadhis? Because it has ending, complete ending. Kayang. Kayang means complete ending. Then Viragam, no passion. Amatang, that means everlasting in that state of mind. Then Panitang, sublime. So that is the samadhi that the Shakyamuni Buddha attained, Yadiya Jaga. That samadhi is what Shakyamuni Buddha attained. That samadhi cannot be compared to Rupavachara or Arupavachara samadhis. This is the truth, right? By this truth, may you be well, and so on and so forth. Now I want to ask a simple question from you. Now I don't know whether how many of you know what is samadhi. What is samadhi, Dhamma folks? Samadhi.
Is it deep concentration? Is it deep concentration?
Deep
Access
concentration.
concentration.
That's a word given by the Visuddhi Mark, not in the Pali text, early text. Appana Samadhi, they were given by the. We should never learn. I mean, so it's okay to understand. We should never learn this Dhamma from the post-canonical works as the first approach. This could be a second, third approach. First, we have to learn from the early text. Because Hasinas, especially the Upachara, Arpana, they are not given in the early text. They were given by Buddha Gosha, Bhante Buddha Gosha. So what is Samadhi actually, in short? Mental absorption. Okay. So whatever the mental absorption is Samadhi, I get Samadhi. Is it? I absorb something into myself, then Samadhi. Is it? Seems like something not inclusive. What is Samadhi? Calm. Tranquility. Yes, we can be calm, tranquil. Even we see a waterfall. Huh? Even you go to the river, we go to the waterfall, we feel calm. Is that Samadhi in Buddhism? Is it? Shouldn't be, yeah. It shouldn't be. Something more particular. Anybody else? Looks like an interesting thing to discuss.
Mental concentration.
Not exactly.
Concentration of Kusala Chitta.
That's a good one. Who said that? Is it
Rashmi.
Rashmi? Okay, what did you say?
Concentration of Kusala Chitta.
Concentration which is based on the Kusala Chittas. Your concentration has to come from the unification of the Kusala Chitta. Now I can be calm based on Akusala Chitta. Right? I listen to a song, a good song, I can be calm. But the contents are Akusala. Right? Isn't it? The contents of the song can be Akusala, but I will be calm. I feel like a bhavana, meditation. No, it is not. It is not the Samadhi in the Buddhist text. Now, there's another word called Ekaggata, one-pointedness. Actually, this is the basic version of Samadhi. So, when you have good Ekaggata, we call it Samma Samadhi. When you have the bad Ekaggata, we call it Miccha Samadhi. That means there's a wrong concentration. The Buddha says, if someone is trying to only look for Rupavachara Samadhi and Arupavachara Samadhi, that is Miccha Samadhi. But if someone starts from the Rupavachara, maybe Arupavachara, but shifts into Vipassana side and then eliminates all the asanas, that is called Samma. So next time when you are asked by somebody, tell me What is Samma Samadhi? What is Miccha Samadhi? What would be your answer? Miccha Samadhi means there's a wrong concentration.
Wrong.
We could also say wrong concentration means the purpose of your concentration is for a purpose that is not ending the asavas, defilements. But if your purpose is to eliminate all the apusalas, that is Samma Samadhi. So Samadhi, next time when you ask what is Samadhi in Buddhism, it's not absorption, it's not mental absorption, it's not calmness, it's not tranquility. You could say so, the list. It is the concentration you get by unifying your kusala thoughts. Alobha, adosa thoughts must be involved, associated in your contents. That should be something very interesting. Today I have to be very time constrained because I'm giving a talk in 30 minutes in this center. And then tomorrow there's a one-day retreat in this place too. So anyways, Samadhi, according to the Buddha, is we have a Pali word for a Pali statement for this one. I think it's given in the Chula Vedala Sutta, the Majjhima Nikaya. Kusala chittassa ekaggata samadhi. Probably I can write it here. Say Kusala chittassa ekaggata samadhi. Now, what does it mean? Can you still say this is samadhi is just concentration? No, you can't, because kusala chittassa ekaggata. So unification of the kusala chittas is samadhi. Then unification of the akusala chitta is miccha samadhi. But because it is kusala, it is you can add samma samadhi. So basically, kusala chittassa ekaggata samadhi or samma samadhi.
Bhante, can you explain again? I didn't catch up.
Okay, so
The Samma Samadhi.
Okay, samadhi is an ethically neutral word. But when you understand it in the ethically positive context, like when you want to meditate, attain certain what you call jhanas, and then elimination of your defilements one day, what we need to understand with that word is that the Buddha has clearly defined samadhi from miccha and samma section. Samma samadhi, that means the samadhi that we all should try attaining, is what we call the unification of your kusala thoughts. Now you may have dana thoughts, you may have metta thoughts, you may have panya thoughts, generosity, loving kindness, and now when you unify, bring them together, you sort of concentrating your mind so that you can do a lot of good karmas. That is why we say when you give dana, do it with alobha, do it with adosa, do it with amoha, dana, metta, panya. So when you unify them together, you are entering into a very high level of your concentration. You are entering there through the kusala thoughts. But when you say tranquility, calmness only, mere calmness, mere absorption, it's like you will get into that kind of state of mind even when you are with akusala contents. Maybe a movie, maybe other thing. Because our mind can get unified in a good way or in a bad way. So that bad way cannot be samma samadhi, or the samadhi that Buddha talks about. It is, in order for it to be samma samadhi, your unification of your thoughts should be moral, should be wholesome. Now, say for instance, somebody who is studying for exams might say, okay, when I hear some songs, I don't feel sleepy. I don't doze off. Then I can focus on my studies. What is that? It is also a kind of concentration, isn't it? That girl or boy say, my mind is concentrated. I can now study the whole night. But the contents, it is not samma samadhi, it is miccha samadhi. Or I would say it is not samma samadhi. It is something, maybe a focus, maybe just a concentration. So Kusala thoughts should be come together and then give you that concentration. That is how we differentiate Samma Samadhi from Michcha Samadhi. Or maybe if you are asked by somebody what is Samadhi in Buddhism, that is how we're going to answer. All right, we can take one more question.
Okay.
and then-
Thank you,
yes.
Bhante. Thank you.
Yeah. Any question about today? Now we finalize today 2 stanzas in the actual story. One is about the Buddha, you can see here. And the other one, the second one, the fourth one is about the Dhamma. Buddha and Dhamma. Next week we can do 5th and 6th stanzas. Any questions, folks? Looks like no. All right. If you have any questions, if you come up with any questions, please send me a message on WhatsApp. I'm always open to answering any question. All right. So now let's transfer all the good karmas. May all the good karmas that we've been accumulating so far be transferred to all the departed ones. If the departed ones were reborn in a place of pain, may they be able to release from those places of pain. If they were already reborn in a place of comfort, happiness, may they be able to improve, increase their happiness, and then finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. May all Deva, Naga, Mahitika share all these good kindness. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, safety. May Deva, Naga, Mahitika also be well and happy once again and attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavatacha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha cha bhummattha deva naga mahitika punyantang anumoditva shirang rakhantu lokasasana. Akasattha cha bhummattha deva naga mahitika punyantang anumoditva shirang rakhantu desana. Akasattha cha bhummattha deva naga mahitika punyantang anumoditva shirang rakhantu tumang paranti shirang rakhantu tumang sada. May we be in the company of the Kalyana Mittas till we attain Nibbana, and not be in the company of the Papa Mittas till we attain Nibbana. Thinking thus, we're going to make a wish. Imina punya kammena mame bala samagamu satang samagamu hotu yava nibbana patiya. Finally, may all the good karmas which have been accumulated today in many ways, learning how to pronounce properly the Pali pronunciation, at the same time learning about the literal contextual meaning of the Ratana Sutta's 2 stanzas. May all these good karmas be helpful and supportive for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana siris nicham vaddha pachayino chattaru dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarukya sampatti sakka sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samidjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Right, with that, the session is ended, and seeing you next Thursday at the same time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bhante.
Thank you.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you, Bhante, for
Thank
the
you,
teaching.
Bhante.
Thank you,
Sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Bhante. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
See
Good
you.
evening, everybody. Good
Take care,
night.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Take
See you
care.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Yes, Kim. You are
Yeah.
going to Sri Lanka, though. When are
Monday.
you going? When are you going to Sri Lanka?
Monday.
Monday. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Looking forward.
Looking forward to seeing.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
everybody. I have to get ready too for the talk. Yeah. Have a good night. I'll be seeing you from Pahang next week. Yes, I'll be going to Pahang State for a talk retreat.
Who is from Pahang?
I'm going to. I'm flying to Pahang for a talk and a retreat over there. Buddhist
Anyone
center.
here in the group from Pahang?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night.
Right.